Chapter 3. It is also said that they circled upward until they reached the smooth, hard shell of the sky overhead. When they could go no higher, they looked down and saw that water now covered everything. They had nowhere to land, either above or below. Suddenly, someone with a blue head appeared and called to them. "Here," he called to them, "come this way. Here to the east there is a hole." They found that hole and entered. One by one they filed through to the other side of the sky, and that is how they reached the surface of the second world. The blue-headed creature was a member of the Swallow people. It was they who lived up there. While the first world had been red, this world was blue. The swallows lived in blue houses, which lay scattered across a broad blue plain. Each blue house was cone-shaped, each tapered toward the top, where there was a blue entry hole. At first, the swallow people gathered around the newcomers and watched them silently. Nobody from either group said anything to any member of the other. Finally, when darkness came and the exiled air spirit people made camp for the night, the blue swallows left. In the morning, the insect people from the world below decided that someone should explore this new world. So they sent a plain locust and a white locust to the east, instructing them to look for people like themselves. 2 days came and went before the locust returned. They said that they had traveled for a full day, and as darkness fell, they reached what must have been the end of the world, for they came upon the rim of a great cliff that rose out of an abyss, whose bottom could not be seen. Both coming and going, they said, they found no people, no plants, no rivers, no mountains. They found nothing but bare blue level ground. Next, the 2 messengers were sent south to explore. Again, 2 days came and went while they were gone, and they again reported that after traveling for a full day, they reached the end of the world, and they reported again that neither in going nor in coming back they could find people or plants, mountains or rivers. Next, the 2 messengers were sent south to explore. Again, 2 days came and went while they were gone, and they again reported that after traveling for a full day, they reached the end of the world, and they reported again that neither in going nor in coming back they could find people or plants, mountains or rivers. They were then sent to the west, and after that they were sent to the north. Both times they were gone for 2 days, and they reported each time that they reached the end of the world after traveling for a full day. They also reported that again they could find no people nor plants, and neither mountains nor rivers. To the others, they had only this to say: "It seems that we are in the center of a vast blue plain," was all that they could say. Wherever we went in this world, we could find neither company nor food, neither rivers nor mountains could we find. After the scouts had returned from their 4th trip, the swallows visited people in the camp of the newcomers, and they asked why they had sent someone to the east to explore. This is what the insect people from the lower world replied. We sent them out to see what was in the land, they replied. We sent them out to see if there were people here like ourselves. Then the swallows asked this. What did your scouts tell you? They asked, to which the newcomers replied this way. They told us that they reached the end of the world after traveling for a full day, they replied. They told us that wherever they went in this world, they could find neither people nor plants, neither rivers nor mountains could they find. The swallows then asked why the insect people had sent their scouts to the south, and they were told that the locusts were sent south to see what was in this land. And when the swallows asked why scouts were sent to the west, they were told again that the locusts were there to see what they could find in this blue world, which is what they were told when they asked why scouts were sent to the north. To all of which the swallow people then had this to say. Your couriers spoke the truth, they then said, but their trips were not necessary. Had you asked us what this land contained, we would have told you. Had you asked us where this world ended, we would have told you. We could have saved you all that time and all that trouble. Until you arrived here, no one besides us has ever lived in this world. We are the only ones living here. The newcomers then had this suggestion to make to the swallows. You are like us in many ways, they suggested. You understand our language. Like us, you have legs. Like us, you have bodies. Like us, you have wings. Like us, you have heads. Why can't we become friends? To which the swallows replied, Let it be as you say, they replied. You are welcome here among us. So it was that both sets of people began to treat each other as members of one tribe. They mingled one among the other and called each other by their familiar names. They called each other grandparent and grandchild, brother and sister. They called each other father and son, mother and daughter. For 23 days they all lived in harmony, but on the night of the 24th day, one of the strangers became too free with the wife of the swallow chief. Next morning, when he found out what had happened the night before, the chief had this to say to the strangers. We welcomed you here among us, was what he had to say to them. We treated you as friends and as kin, and this is how you return our kindness. No doubt you were driven from the world below for just such disorderly acts. Well, you must leave this world too. We will have you here no longer. Anyhow, this is a bad land. There is not enough food for all of us. People are dying here every day from hunger. Even if we allowed you to stay, you could not live here very long. When they heard the swallow chief's words, the locusts took flight, and all the others followed. Having nowhere else to go, they flew skyward. Into the air they went. Higher and higher they soared. They circled upward until they reached the smooth, hard shell of the sky overhead, it is said.